Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of the Urban Homesteading channel. If today is your first time visiting with us, I want to express to you a very warm welcome and invite you to watch any of our over 400 videos that are arranged for your convenience in playlists, as we are very confident you will find something both enjoyable and useful to watch. If you have been here before but you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do subscribe. If today is your birthday, we want to wish you a very happy birthday. Today we're going to attempt to build something that frankly is a little above our tool capability and therefore our capability, and hopefully we're going to be able to pull it along. This will be a very comfortable build if we had our table, but we don't, so we're going to try to make do. But it is a very useful project if we pull it off, and something that can complement your decor and definitely give you space to display, let's say, your books or your trophies or anything you want to display, right? Yeah. It can be finished to fit any decor, literally, and it is really an inexpensive project, right? It cost about $10, you think, in wood?
Yeah.
I mean, it cost us a little less because we only we used a piece of wood we already have from another project, and that just went and bought one board. But stick around and see how we're going to do it. Okay, so we took some time to mark on our piece that will be attached to the wall the location of our shelving units. And now is the tricky part of this whole build, and that is to actually create the I forgot what it's called, the dove, no, it's the rabbit, for the shelves to rest in them. So this is a 2x3, which means that this is about 1.5 inches or 1/4. I can never remember.
I think it's about 1.5 inches, really.
Yeah, about 1.5 inches.
Yep.
So we need maybe 1/2 inch to cut through, okay? So we're going to set our saw for this, and hopefully we won't mess it up.
That was very optimistic.
Well, this is not, we don't have my glasses off. So using our tack knife, we made cuts on the top and the bottom of where the shelves will go, as you can see, and we did it for all ourselves. And now we are going to take the meat in between by making less precise cuts with the tack knife. And when we do that, we'll be right back with you. And we're just taking the meat out of them. Now we've made all our cuts. So now we're going to use that hammer to knock these pieces off. I should use a smaller hammer, but I don't have one. We don't have a smaller hammer. Well, let's use the screwdriver to break them then, because I don't want to.
Excellent.
When something doesn't work, try something else, right?
Right.
And of course, we're going to do that to all of them, right? All right, so we'll clean them all and we'll get back with you. Yeah, this is one. And we're using a chisel to just clean any big chunks, any big abnormalities. Again, this is not a joint that is going to show very much, so we don't have to be absolutely perfect, but definitely we don't want very high points. So we're finished with our back piece that will go and attach to the wall, and as you can see, we have the shelves for the 4 shelves. I keep forgetting what the right term is for this. I don't know if it's a Dove or if it is a Dato. I think it's a Dato. So if I'm wrong, folks, I'm sorry. For some reason I have a brain fart right now. But we have created the 4 Datos where the 4 shelves are going to rest. All right, so now we're going to cut the shelves. All right, friends, now we have our 4 shelves here, and the length that the person we're building it for, she wanted it to be at 12 to 14 inches. I would probably choose a little longer shelf, especially for the back support that we have, but ultimately it is up to you, correct?
Yeah.
This is a very strong thing, especially if you attach the back plane to a stud. This will be able to hold a lot of weight. It is designed very sturdily. But in any case, we're going to take a few minutes and do a light sanding on these pieces just to take the fuzzies off. We seem to be getting a little better with the saw.
Yeah.
We are improving as we use it, but let us do the sanding and we'll be right back. Friends, and this is our finished product. As you can see, it is, I think it's an attractive piece. And definitely, if you don't used to use lumber, you can use more finished lumber and make it look more elegant by finishing it in a dark stain or something like that, right? With a more polished wood. We like the rustic look. And we have a detail here. You can have it on both sides. We have a little angle, right? Our bottom is flush, however. Right. You could do in both cases, or you decide what you want, if you want that to be the top or the bottom, right? One of the neat things about this is that you can put it in an outside, let's say you want to put flowers or something, and you can put it outside in a post like this, right? I mean, it's a very versatile piece. Now it can be finished to be an indoors piece as well, right? So we used for this, we used for this a 2x3, which is what we made our post for, and a 1x6 by 8 or by 6.
1x6, yeah.
We had this piece from a previous project we built, so it didn't cost us anything, and I think this cost us what, $3, $4, $6?
Yeah, that one was $6 and
right.
it gave us 6 feet worth of material.
So in any case, even if you have to buy both pieces, you're talking about having 4 shelves for about $10 or less, right? And we didn't necessarily buy the cheapest material. This was fairly cheap, right?
Right.
So this we went a little higher grade, I guess, not higher price.
Yeah, it's a little bit nicer finish.
But you can definitely make this a different level. You can make it a much more elegant piece. And Miss Woodworker might have to faint, but you could do more sanding and have a more finish. We can even make it a glossy finish, you know. There are a lot of things you can do. My projects here are intended mostly to show you the methodology. And this is a very good way to make connections, and this is a very strong connection. You can put a lot of weight for it, especially if you put that on a stud in your house, or definitely if you put it on something like this.
Right.
In my new shop, I might use that for storage, you know, this idea.
And
so
the really tight notch is what keeps it in place, but what did you do extra to keep it where we want it to be?
Well, you know, we did center it here, and then we used brads. We were able to resurrect our brad nailer, which we thought we killed last weekend during our project. So in the back, as you can see, it's fairly clean, right?
Yeah.
Even though this will never be visible, but we have 2 brad nails on each. Really do not hold anything there, don't function as a structural component. They function as a clamp to keep it while the glue dries. Yeah. While the glue dries, the glue will do the heavy lifting, and in this application, the glue is very good. And we didn't do it, but you could even put glue here on top, right? We only put glue in the back, but if you want to make it even a stronger joint, which I don't think so, another thing that you can do is put 2 of those and have a big expanse, you know?
Wider ones. You can have 2 kind of structures in the back and then the shelves across both.
Right. And I don't know, I would call that a semi-floating. It's clearly floating, but it's not a full floating. It's not an illusion floating, I guess I should say. But overall, I mean, I think it's very good. I don't know what you like more, this as the top or this as the bottom?
I think I like it as the bottom the best.
Okay. But this is it. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please give us a thumbs up. If you didn't, the other button work as well. Share, like, subscribe, and let us know what you want to see in the I cannot speak. Let us know what you want to see in our channel in the future. And always we're welcome suggestions and ideas of what you would like to see in any given time. From the Garage Woodworker and Mrs. Woodworker and the Urban Homesteading channel, we bid you well.